happening around the Ozarks. Dogs and puppies, they're part of the family, but whether you have financial trouble, a death in the family, or just simply cannot take care of one, dogs are often found stranded, fending for themselves. Our Frances Lynn spoke to Rescue One and the Humane Society. She learned turning your back on your pet creates problems you may not have considered, both to the dogs and the rescues.
People dumping or abandoning their dogs is still a big problem in Springfield. Local rescues simply don't have enough resources or fosters to take them all in.
We're volunteer-based, so we only have so many foster homes.
With spring coming up, and that's what we see a lot of, puppies at this point.
We'll get an influx of dogs because the Christmas puppies aren't so cute anymore and they get dumped. So that's why we discourage giving puppies for Christmas presents.
Michele Rehkop and Rick Headlee with Rescue One and Karen Foutch with the Humane Society say they see abandoned dogs all the time.
This is Mallory Michelle. She's a coonhound. She was on the run for at least 3 months. She survived many really cold nights.
We're having animals come in and they have BB shots. They have, we're pulling bullet fragments from them.
Some people dump their dogs because they behave aggressively.
So they just kick them out on the road, basically.
But Rehkop says with a bit of training and patience, they could become a well-behaved family member.
It takes time for them to learn to trust and be a little more relaxed and adjust to their new environment.
Dumping dogs can cause serious physical and emotional pain.
Equate it to a 4-year-old child being lost out in the woods. It's stressful for the dog to be separated from their pack, from their people, from their other dogs.
And when you have below freezing temperatures day in and day out and she's not getting that food and she doesn't have adequate shelter, she could die.
Foutch also says the animals are usually pretty confused the first few days that they've been dropped off.
We give them the love and care, and really we spoil them completely, especially at that very first initial time.
It's really sad sometimes when we see a dog brought here to the office and surrendered, and then his people get in a car and drive off, and the dog will run to the door and paw at it, wanting to get out.
But that's still better than leaving them out in the wild for rescues to find.
And we run the risk of being injured ourselves because of we don't know what we're walking into and what type of animal it's going to be.
So by the time they do get to us, something that would have been a simple process, you know, make sure the vaccinations are good and we'll go ahead and get them on the adoption floor, is now turned into a major medical case that has cost us hundreds, if not what we see, thousands of dollars.
A cost that's hard for a nonprofit to absorb.
Please do not just expect someone else to care for an animal by just dumping it on the side of the road somewhere.
Frances Lynn, Ozarks First.
Getting your dogs exercise, walking them, having a yard for them to run in will also help with behavioral problems. We also want to remind you that it is illegal to dump your dogs. It violates the animal cruelty and neglect law.